A stunning call girl stepped into the hotel suite of a German diplomat, but the diplomat who paid for her time was a bundle of nerves. Faced with her seductive, stocking-clad legs, why would he look so tense? The call girl didn't dwell on it, simply making an excuse to slip into the bathroom. She turned on the faucet, using the sound of the running water to mask her movements as she retrieved a pistol from beneath the sink. Her movements were fluid and practiced as she expertly screwed on a silencer. However, when she returned to the main room, aimed at her target, and pulled the trigger, the bloody mess she expected never materialized. The live rounds in the gun had been swapped out for blanks. Forced down onto the sofa, she was overwhelmed by a despair she had never known. This time, there was no escape. Just then, a man in a well-tailored suit sat down beside her with a gentlemanly air. He introduced himself as a CIA agent. His tone was even as he explained that the CIA had been on to hear a top KGB operative for a long time. He laid out the terms to become a double agent for the US. For 3 years in exchange for her freedom, the alternative was a black site and endless torture. Surprisingly, after the initial shock, Anna quickly composed herself.
Is it all you have to offer?
I don't believe you're in a position to negotiate.
Fine. Kill me.
She keenly realized that the Americans needed her far more than the Soviets did. The real leverage, she understood, was in her hands. What's more, she knew KGB surveillance was posted outside. If she was in here too long, it would raise red flags. The CIA agent clearly understood the stakes. He had no choice but to concede, and Anna immediately laid out her terms.
No. I worked for 1 year. That's the max before my cover is blown anyway. And I want to leave by the sea. Hawaii.
Alright, Hawaii it is.
In the end, they reached a deal in less than a minute. Stepping out of the suite, Anna fought to compose herself, to act as if nothing was out of the ordinary. When she faced her handler, he asked coldly why she'd been in there for 20 minutes. The target wasn't cooperative, Anna replied. Her handler pressed her why hadn't she followed protocol and brought back the target's index finger. The KGB needed it to forge fingerprints. A knot of fear tightened in Anna's stomach. She scrambled for an excuse, claiming she'd been careless and had simply forgotten. She immediately volunteered to go back and get it. She had no choice. She hurried back to the hotel suite.
I need his finger.
This was not part of the deal. I mean, I can have a few that's okay for me, but no more.
Alright, put them on the table.
Don't touch me!
With the CIA agent watching, she removed the target's finger. Even with the evidence in hand, Anna could feel her handler's suspicious eyes on her. Her record was flawless, her execution always clean. She didn't make amateur mistakes like this, so instead of trying to hide it, she decided to use their suspicion to her advantage, deliberately putting on a show of being on the verge of collapse.
I'm just so tired of it.
It was the perfect cover, the constant, knife-edge tension of her life as an agent was already threatening to break her. In the end, her pitch-perfect performance worked. She fooled her handler, buying herself a precious moment of breathing room for the perilous life of a double agent that lay ahead.